we started the year with 1.6 billion barrels independently verified. We had two major initiatives. One was to prove up the eastern extension of Ahpun. The other was to progress the gas monetization to put us in a position to fund the development costs at minimum dilution.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is David Hobbs. He's the executive chairman of Pantheon Resources. And David, welcome back. It's great to see you again.
And you, Steve. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, so exciting news out from the company, and we'll talk about the results here just in a second. But first, it's all dealing with the Megrez-1 well. So maybe explain to everyone about this particular well and where it sits within the property.
Certainly. So as you know, we've got two very large oil fields, the Kodiak field to the west, the Ahpun field to the east, and the Megrez well is appraising an extension of the Ahpun field, potentially more than doubling the size of that.
Yeah, so the company declaring a discovery at that particular one. Tell me about what you're seeing in the results so far.
Well, we encountered a very large hydrocarbon-bearing column. We found the top sets we were originally anticipating, but the really extra news is that we found additional zones above, which have proven that the hydrocarbon column extends more than we originally thought. A lot of work to do, but fantastic preliminary results.
Yeah, and so you're not expecting results, full results until February. So maybe just enlighten us a bit about what has to be done now leading into those results being released.
Certainly. So a lot of work to plan the testing program that will begin sometime in February. That means core analysis of both the whole core and the sidewall core, cuttings analysis, the VAS work. There'll be log interpretation. There'll be remapping to correlate to what we actually found. So a great deal of technical work, which will allow us to plan the optimum testing program, and then from there to be able to move forward and have really final results.
And lastly, David, this is obviously a real key step forward for the project in general and the company in general as well. This is a very positive step at the end of the year and then look into 2025.
Absolutely. Look, we started the year with 1.6 billion barrels independently verified. We had two major initiatives. One was to prove up the eastern extension of Ahpun. The other was to progress the gas monetization to put us in a position to fund the development costs at minimum dilution. We made enormous progress on obviously the first with today's announcement, but also with last week's announcement of the underwriting of the gas pipeline. Enormous progress there. So I'd just summarize it to say we promised two major initiatives that would build on the underlying 1.6 billion barrels. Great progress on adding the volumes in high quality reservoir at Megrez and on adding the monetization of the gas and moving that forward.
Exciting times ahead for sure. David, thank you so much. Good to catch up with you, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Thanks very much indeed. Look forward to it.
All right, David Hobbs, the executive chairman of Pantheon Resources.